Kia ora, hello, welcome into Cowles Stadium, Tūīhi, Christchurch. Sky Broadband Rapid League Basketball coming to you. Round 6 action. It is the Mainland Pouākai hosting the Northern Kāhu. Nick Yuli here with Adam Morgan alongside. Adam, is today going to be the day for the Northern Kāhu?
Hey, it just might. You know, we're past that halfway mark of the season. If you're going to make a run for the playoffs, I think it needs to start now. Pouākai coming off a bit of a rough one on Friday night, so now might be the time for the Kāhu to strike.
Well, it's not only in the Tauihi League, but the Rapid League as well, where the Kāhu remain winless. So if they are going to make a charge, it has to be now. You feel for the Pouākai dealing with a little bit of adversity. No Emma Rogers due to that wrist injury. She was leading the league in scoring, so we'll get to their team in a short moment. But the Kāhu, the visitors, there is their starting five: Anderson, Batish, Tūīhi, Morton Jones and Tini. And they will also run with a two-player bench, which is an interesting little footnote there this afternoon, Adam, because as we take a look at the Pouākai, this is not only their starting five, this is their five. This is it. Lacey Rameka, Ainley, O'Neill, Jones and Whitaker. So in Rapid League, what you've seen so far in your time in commentary, 4 4-minute quarters, how much of that could be effective? It's playing 7-on-5 effectively. Yeah,
you got to figure out exactly what you want to do. I've seen it in the Sal's League where they'll sometimes sit in a zone maybe perhaps just to preserve energy. It's even though it's 16 minutes, it's 16 rapid minutes. And if you're the Kāhu, your coach Justine Reed, you are saying, hey, let's run because we have subs.
One of the craziest examples that I'm thinking of, Adam, was a Rams Rapid League game where Tama Isaac actually didn't play defense, and he just sat like a goalie or a striker, sorry, just waiting for the outlet pass all the time. It was quite the day for him, scoring-wise.
Yeah, I think that was a very experimental day for the coaching staff of, hey, we're low on numbers, what do we do here? So I think it was a 2-2 zone, and then seagulling on the other end, as I've heard it called before.
So the Pouākai in their usual red strip, despite that heavy loss in Tauihi, 102-66 just a couple of nights ago to the Hoi Ho down in Dunedin. They did get the job done in Rapid League. On that night, though, just a little under 48 hours ago, they did use Marina Whittle. They have decided against that experiment, if you like, today. They felt that they just need to get more meaningful minutes out of Marina in the Tauihi contest, and she won't strip up. And of course you can't play the American imports, the likes of Taylor Mikesell, Bree Hall. So that is why the Pouākai are running with just this 5 as Kāhu open up with first possession, and it is Morton Jones from downtown, and Kāhu off to the perfect start.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on that back screen switch between, I believe, Ainsley and Lacey Rameka. So see if they can iron that out.
Charlotte Whitaker getting to work with the left and draws the foul. It's calling Mary Goulding. Morton Jones is still, I was just racking my brain there, but great to see her out on the court here in what is very familiar surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of games she has played in this building before is a large number. One that I do not have with me, but she will be very familiar with this, so good start for her from the game. Looking out there early, Nick, Pouākai might not have the subs, but they do have some height. There's quite a lot of length going across the floor there, so if they can use that to their advantage, that might negate some of the substitution advantages that the Kāhu have.
Whitaker splits the free throws, but yeah, a lot of pressure on that rebound that is eventually secured by Asia Anderson. Tūīhi, the ball up the floor. There is Mary Morton Jones now getting to work. Experience too with Anderson. Tūīhi. Oh, there's some of that size. Amelia Ainley with the swap.
Great recovery. Thought they had the easy layup there, but that length kind of made up for it, and she was able to recover late.
There's Lacey Rameka coming off a 16-point game on Friday night in Rapid League, but just took an extra step there, Hannah.
Maybe felt that ball was a little too much air, and it just got away from her there.
And 16 points on 5 of 10 shooting against the Hoi Ho. And it was always going to be interesting to see, Adam, who picked up the offense with Emma Rogers out in this rapid league format for the Pouākai. Lacey Ramika took that invitation on Friday night.
Great defense there by Ainsley. Just using that length, not jumping, but just walling up. But yeah, I think you'll see Olivia Pop-O'Neill slide to the 1. Ava, who I believe Ava Jones, who probably sometimes plays the 5, will now play some wing. Maybe she's the 4 here. And then you have Hana as well in the corner. So players playing out of position, but I think they're going to do their best to make it work.
There is Ainley here. Pressure there by Anderson. O'Neill just looking to marshal the troops. Get to an action. And there's Jones. 2 youngsters working in tandem. Ainley. Good work there by the Kāhu. There's Anderson now. Get that step. And that elbow in. And does draw a whistle and a foul on young Amelia Ainley, and Asia Anderson will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, maybe that hand just came down a little bit, just understanding that her length will kind of triumph most things and just let them make the tough shots over her. I believe she only made her debut on Friday night. Could be mistaken there, but strong showing, so she's learning quick.
Certainly is. Amelia Ainley out of Nayland College, but transferring down here out of Morgan to St Andrews College in Christchurch.
Also played on that under-16 team with under Liam Conley, where originally kind of came in as that backup, big because some of the others were not available, but turned into a star and was the All-Star 5 at the Asia Cup. So very bright future with her.
Yeah, averaging a double-double for good measure as Lacey Ramika misses from the corner 3, and foul's going to go on Ava Jones there. As Kāhu up a 5-1 lead. Lacey Ramika certainly capable from that spot. As Morton Jones now, second 3 of the afternoon. O'Neill, good little intervention there. Was Schroeder now pushing the pace the other way.
Schroeder, another young upcoming. Oh, Morton Jones with not a third one yet.
Yeah, it's online, just a little shallow.
But Emma K. Schroeder, the MVP of the 2025 secondary school champion with Westlake girls.
I see Ramika, nice little deceleration. Good rebound there. Committed by Charlotte Whitaker. I won't quite repeat what she said there, but not too happy with that call.
That's the other one. I believe she fouled out last time we were commentating a game together. And if these girls foul out, that'll be a 5-on-4 situation. So got to be smart with those.
Yeah, so that is the 3rd foul of the quarter, which is some achievement in itself. So that sends Mary Morton-Jones knee Goulding to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and she's got 7 of these 9 Kāhu points. What an asset it is for the Kāhu to have someone of her experience. Still without a field goal here, the Pouākai. They'll change it on this possession. I said Ramika, a little slip. Whitaker, back of the iron, strong rebound. Ainley, and then just straight into Goulding and Tūīhi there. Lovely little patient move. Mary Morton-Jones.
Morton-Jones giving the newbie Ainsley some lessons here early. I believe all of her points have been scored on her. Maybe all but one, but
12-1.
There you go.
Ava Jones.
About time. They've been trying to steal that under on these handoffs and screens. You saw earlier, Lacey Ramika hesitant to shoot. Jones decides to step back and hit the 3 ball. It's good to see from them. Just making reads with what's being given.
There's Tenny here late in the quarter. Shot clock off. Schroeder with the dagger. Oh, all right. 15-4. Kāhu off to a cracking start. Can they put it together for another 3 quarters?
That'll be that's the question. I believe they're, like we said, seeking their first Rapid League win as well. So Kāhu maybe want to go for a 2 for 2 today. They're off to the right start.
Perfect start from a statistical standpoint too. When you look at their shooting splits, 3 of 4 from downtown. Mary Morton-Jones contributing 2 of those 3, and 4 of 7 from the field. For the Pouākai, it's just been pretty tricky going. That first field goal coming quite late from Ava Jones, 1 of 6. Of course, you can catch our weekly highlight show for everything GJ Gardner, Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa on Tuesday nights here on Sky Sport.
Yeah, maybe just a little, the Pouākai are getting some similar amount of shots, just the decision making maybe just a little bit faster, not hesitating. It's probably one thing with Rogers being out, they're used to her kind of taking that main lead and being the initiator of the offense. So other girls understanding like, hey, I got to, you know, leading scorer of the Rapid League is out. I need to take a little bit more of a burden on.
Bartercard officials hurrying things along. Can the Pouākai mount a response here in the second? Everything seems tricky right now, even just inbounding the ball.
Yeah, Kāhu not making anything easy.
They go to Whittaker, the tall fern. Gonna do it herself.
Little fade away.
It's interesting to see how the Kāhu go here with Mary Morton-Jones taking a little breather. Start the second as Schroeder's wrapped up. Nice touch by Pouākai, 10 on the shot clock. There's Asia Anderson. Schroeder almost pulled out the chair there, O'Neill. And
good defense by O'Neill, not reaching, not bailing out, just staying solid.
Jones gets free, just a little too much on it, but Ailey there, right place, right time. And a potential 3-point play for Amelia Ainley.
Pouākai bench loving it, getting some energy up for the and one there. Coach Reed rightfully subbing 2 people in after a transition bucket, saying, hey, we shouldn't be getting outrun right now.
We said the 1 free throw on Friday night, but a field goal here for Ainley, and almost gets her own rebound. 15-year-old. Schroeder the other way, Lacey Armicket. And a contact there. And more free throws coming up here for the Kāhu.
Yeah, Kay Schroeder doing a really good job of pushing the pace early. Coach Williamson probably not quite happy with their team there maybe. You know, off a free throw, we feel like we should be getting back in defense, being able to be set up, but Kay Schroeder kind of taking those opportunities given.
Long rebound there by Jones. The margin is 8.
They're playing out of that split action with Amelia, something they did at that World Cup. Throw it to the high post and set an away screen. Obviously got bobbled up there. Nice slip.
Good find there from O'Neill as well.
Where Rogers is probably predominantly a scorer, that's something O'Neill gives you, is that distributor role.
Good work there too defensively by O'Neill, causing the turnover. Foot out of bounds by Tini. And the Pouākai just slowly but surely, Adam, working their way back into this one.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of just hanging tight right now.
And Morton-Jones back in and with a decisive hand there.
Whittaker kind of taking a bit of a charge here, even though she's not the guard with ball in hand, directing the offense, putting people in their place, just taking what's given.
Oh, misses close range, doesn't make the same mistake twice. And now we got ourselves a game, 4 points in it. That's how quickly the momentum can swing in the Sky Broadband Rapid League as the rock swings around here. Doesn't go that time for Anderson as Lacey Ramika waiting for an option, finds one, then Jones.
There we go, that's split action again. Goes back to the second side.
Oh, lovely
pass. Ball's moving really well. Whatever Coach Williamson drew up in the quarter timeout or talked about, it's working a treat.
A huge turnaround this. After a double-digit deficit at quarter time. Just a possession game now. Where do the Kāhu turn to? Surely they get the ball in the hands. Mary Morton-Jones. They get it all the way to Schroeder. Just beats the shot clock. Can't get the 3-ball to fall. And all of a sudden, the Pouākai have an opportunity here. Trying to level things up or go ahead. Heavy contact there on Jones. Back up on her feet.
Feisty both ways, but good battle. Great rebound by O'Neill, and then Morton Jones contesting the tough catch there. Unfortunately gets the foul. Pouākai have done a great job to climb back into this thing.
And sometimes that's the beauty of not being able to make any subs. You just got to find it out for yourselves, right? Nowhere else to turn to. As we all of a sudden have a tied ball game here, 16 each. Just a little less than a minute to play in the half.
Great job, O'Neill, attacking the drops, playing off two, looking to pass, but she's, maybe it's my turn to put it up, so.
Kāhu, desperate need of a bucket here just to stop the rot. Schroeder, Morton-Jones. Teeny looking to get to work, and there's that bucket that was so desperately needed for the Kāhus. They retake the lead. Yeah,
good patience there by Kāhu. I think their game is they want to try to get that thing playing inside out. Didn't have the initial entry, but just kept working to find something.
Away to the left there, Lacey Ramika. A fair bit of hustle here on the hard walk. What have we got here? It's going to go the way of the Kāhu.
20 seconds. See what Kāhu want to do here. Use that player timeout yet, or maybe get in the front court and wind it down a bit and then get whatever reaction is.
Yeah, the shot clock goes off. BNZ player timeout available should they choose to use. Morton-Jones, unsurprisingly, after 10 points, almost lost it there. Regathered. 3, 2, 1. Schroeder. Little get out of jail foul there. Coach killer for the Pouākai. And 2 free throws coming up here for Emma K. Schroeder from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I believe the foul is on the buzzer, so there will not be an opportunity for the old player timeout to advance the ball. That's Lacey Ramika's 3rd foul, so something to watch in that second half. Badish also on 3 for the Kāhu, but they have the subs.
Just waiting for the stadium clock to be updated. Of course, the GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Aotearoa basketball contest still to come at 3. Pouākai slipped down to 4th position on the ladder. The 3 and 4 record after that loss to the Hoiho on Friday night. And they ought to be careful. You just don't know this Kāhu team. I know they're 0-6, but can't be complacent. Certainly not in your home gym.
There's, I believe it's 3 wins on the Pouākai's win column, 0 for the Kāhu. you put 3 good weeks together, you're right there. Can't really relax in this league. You've seen it happen before, especially when there's only 5 teams. Things can happen very quickly.
Schroeder makes them both. Kāhu, and they are going to be able to call a BNZ player timeout here with 1 second flat left in the half, and that's a nice opportunity to talk about tickets to the big game, courtesy of our friends at the BNZ. Scan that QR code there. A chance to be in to win. We're looking for school groups, community groups. Come on down, enjoy a game in person. If you're enjoying it at home, I can attest it is just as good, if not better, here in the flesh. What do we got here? We Hail Mary play. O'Neill trying to get it into Whitaker. Oh, almost. But that'll do it. Entertaining first half. Ebbed and flowed. It was all Kāhu the first quarter, but the Pouākai come back into this one. 20 points to 16.
Morton Jones, 10 points in her return. Probably an even spread from the Pouākai, getting it done by committee. 16-20, though. That looks like a score that sets us up for a really good second half, Nick.
It certainly does. Now, looked like it was going to be one of those ones where one team was going to run away with it after quarter time, but such is the nature of Rapid League. Really is a couple of possessions that momentum can change, and that has been the case here. The Pouākai shooting now 7 for 17 from the field, 41%. Big improvement there after that first quarter where they had just the 1 field goal. 1 for 6 for the quarter. Kāhu, contrastingly, just buttoning off a touch. But points in the paint statistic, Adam, you mentioned around the size that the Pouākai have with Ainley and Whitaker. They got 10 of their 16 points in the paint, just the 2 for the Kāhu.
And 4 of those coming probably off O-boards by the looks of it, the 4 second chance points. So, yeah, Kāhu points per possession. Pouākai sitting about 1. Kāhu making a little bit more of it, using that outside ball. So Pouākai maybe hoping their outside ball falls, and Kāhu on the flip side probably hoping to get some points in the paint, keep putting pressure on the refs to make some calls against the lengthy, what would you call it, Pouākai front court there.
Yeah, it is contrasting styles, because we're so used to the Pouākai going to the 3 ball quite a lot, and certainly we will likely see that a lot in the Tauihi contest, but you know, with that size, certainly more suited to getting those paint touches.
Yeah, just your wing players and your point guard. Your point guard is kind of your usual 2 guard in Olivia O'Neill. She slid to the 1, and Jones and Lacey Ratmaka are kind of normally forwards, playing maybe a little bit more on the wings now. Whitaker's second, I believe, so nothing too worrisome yet.
Two-point game. And the Kāhu together a couple of back-to-back makes here at the offensive end. Tūīhi frustrated there at her teammates waiting for an option. Just a little bit stagnant here. The Kāhu is Anderson.
Ooh.
That's a way to get out of it.
Yeah, working the ball around, and Jones with a good closeout, but better shooting from Anderson.
4 of 7 from downtown. The Kāhu. As Whitaker's three-ball attempt is to the left. Schroeder. Patience here is the Kāhu in motion. Just can't get that three to go. Badish.
Good look with the trail three, just can't get it to go. Game's speeding up here a little bit.
It's Jones now. O'Neal calls the screen. Pick and pop action. Whitaker doesn't go, but gets her own rebound. Good desperation there, Charlotte Whitaker. There's Lacey Ramek now away to the left. They're creating those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, they're killing them on the glass right now. They just can't quite cash in on those, so see how they go here.
Kāhu, meanwhile, push this one beyond 5 as Anderson going to go to work on Lacey Ramek. Nice little pass. Morton Jones can't get the reverse to go.
Crafty finish. I like the idea that reverse just couldn't get to go.
Perfect pass, O'Neal, and the finish from Ava Jones. Three-point opportunity here.
Good vision by O'Neal, just finding the kick ahead. Easy plays. And yeah, Jones is another player. She starts to see that ball go through the hoop a few times. It can really get her going, so.
Yeah, second field goal of the afternoon. 23-20. Can't complete the three-point play, but only almost hauls in the rebound. Ends up with Tūīhi.
We talked earlier about the Kāhu going 7 deep. However, Arita has only played 57 seconds, so hopefully not an injury, but it may be 6 on 5 now, which helps the Pouākai a little bit.
Bit of contact there as well on Morton Jones. Unfortunate there as Whitaker brought the rebound down. I have to call a stoppage here as Pouākai playing an extra player. Mary back on her feet eventually.
Mary showing some toughness, holding with a bloody nose. Trying to get back into play, see if they get a stoppage.
In the rebound as well. Goodness me, yeah.
Ooh.
Blood spilling out there. It was not what you want to see at all. And
as rough as that is an incredible display of toughness by Morton Jones there to get up, run back, play defense while cupping that. So let's hope she is okay.
Yeah, that's not what we want to see. A real fan favorite in these parts. Of course, from the region. Played for the Wildcats back in the day. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that, as you mentioned, Adam, you're just talking there about maybe the Kāhu being down to a 6-player rotation. It might effectively be 5 on 5 here for the remainder of this one.
Yeah, what do we got? 4.5 minutes of play, essentially, and Pouākai don't exactly look tired. No more tired than the Kāhu, so we may be at a 5v5 situation.
It's Kāhu with possession late in the third. About a 2-second differential between the game and the shot clock is McRae Schroeder getting to work with the left. And
nice little zipper action. Get Kay Schroeder up the floor, get the guard in a trail, then back down with that ball screen. Particularly if you can get her going on that left hand, that's where she's very crafty, good finisher, good shooter.
Makes the first free throw, opens up the lead beyond a possession. And the second as well. Might have to pick up the scoring load here. Okay, Schroeder up to 8 points. Shot clock's off. O'Neill working with Ainley. Whitaker. The close out there by Anderson. That closes the third. 25-20. Remains within touching distance for the Pouākai, but the Kāhu did well there. Stayed in the fight despite losing their key scorer, Mary Morton-Jones.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go to for offense now. Emma K. Schroeder, is 8 points. That's a good start. Anderson, 5. Tūīhi, she has that nice little 2 under the basket. So see if Badish or Tulave can get going. Otherwise, yeah, you just keep maybe going to that Schroeder, getting her in the pick and roll and seeing if they can keep finding offense there. The flip side, still by committee, I guess, by these Pouākai players. Ainley making a great impression. 6 rebounds, 2 blocks in her home debut here, so.
And 9 offensive rebounds to the Pouākai in total, using the most of that size. Kāhu at the other end, 0.
Ooh. Coach Williamson will be happy about the defensive rebounding efforts then, to say the least.
Of course, Sky Broadband naming partner of the Rapid League, and you get a fibre starter deal, $55 a month, the first 12 months. More details there at skybroadband.co.nz, or call 09525 5555. 4 to go in this one. As I mentioned throughout the broadcast, Kāhu looking for their first win in the Rapid League. Also searching their first win later this afternoon. Tauihi this season. And losing streak extending back to 2 playoff defeats last year. So very unusual run, barren run here for the Kāhu. As Batish up high, top of the key.
Good look. They ran that zipper action again to get K. Schroeder, and then this time pick and pop the big, trying to negate those drops. Good.
Patient move there by Jones, but just catches the back of the iron. Tūīhi with the rebound.
Playing off too. Mom and Dad are back home, probably telling Jones that she needs to use that left hand there, but.
Oh, how about that? Perfect bounce pass there from Anderson into Tūīhi, but.
Just a bit of height you have to get over the top there between Whitaker and Ainley, so.
Twin towers there. Jones now from downtown, Ava Jones.
She said the 3 is worth more than the 2 anyhow.
25-23.
Starting to get a little energy in this building. People really filling in. I think these last 3 minutes are going to be a fun one for us here, Nick.
Schroeder now. Oh, Emma K. Schroeder silences the crowd.
A little step back. Puts her to double digits. A little stagnation here with this offense.
Lacey Rameka. That 3 ball to go so far today. Hana Lacey Rameka. You were mentioning before with Emma K. Schroeder, 4-time National Secondary Schools champion with Westlake Girls. He said off it, she's handed me a few silvers.
Yeah, she's given me, I believe, three silvers, and but she is one hell of a player, and can't really argue it when they're just that good.
Might be the first offensive rebound as Ainley gets her 3rd block. And that's great skill from Anderson, but she had a foot out of bounds. It's good hustle to throw that one in off the shin of Ainley, but how about the defensive work and just the work in general of the 15-year-old Amelia Ainley this afternoon?
Yeah, that's a great job by her, just really protecting the basket. See what they can get here.
Oh, loose ball there, and good hustle from Schroeder. And here come the Kāhu. Holding on to this 5-point lead, just keeping the Pouākai at bay as Tūīhi can't get the 3 to go. Anderson with the hustle and the layup.
That's one thing Anderson does very well, is just that hustle and kind of that grittiness showing up on the boards there.
O'Neill now. Oh, gets the roll.
Good take by O'Neill. Good awareness, too, knowing you kind of need a quick one with that time and score as we're under the 90-second mark.
Back to a 5-point game. basket here would be significant for the Kāhu. 1:15 to play.
Yeah,
Taking their time.
See what they do in the drops. Can she get back out to her?
Badish driving. Ainley, got a piece of the arm on that occasion. Free throws coming up here.
The action pretty well defended, maybe just a little high on that closeout. Just exposing, the high closeout there, but she's doing a great job while she's out here playing massive minutes in a Rapid League home debut.
Can't make the first. Ella Batish. 1:06 to go. It's going to stay a two-possession game, and it remains open for the Pouākai if they're good enough. Batish makes the second. O'Neill under duress. Full court press here from the Kāhu. Oh, good screen there. Whitaker on Schroeder. O'Neill slings it. Lacey Rameka. And what a time to get your first field goal.
There she goes. Joins her teammates on the LED scoring board there. Cuts it to a 4-point game. Little ball pressure in the backcourt.
Just get it over in time. The Kāhu. That would have been a real coach killer there.
Good job by Pouākai, just cutting the shot clock down.
And a moving screen on Badish.
Good job by Hannah fighting over.
So 36.9 seconds remaining. 4-point game. A 2-for-1 opportunity here for the Pouākai. Player timeouts, BNZ player timeout to use as well, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Advance the ball. Have we caught it all?
You don't need the three here. You can go for something easy inside. Maybe some sort of setting a screening action, look and see if you can get a slip available. But the one thing everyone will need to do is crash the boards and get those second chance opportunities. See if they can use that height to their advantage still.
Kāhu leading by 4. Pouākai sensing an opportunity. Jones gets it into Ainley. O'Neill. Anderson picks the pass. And that might be terminal for the Pouākai. Jones gets a piece of that one, but just had to score there on that possession.
Good
the home team.
Deflection. If Pouākai can stay up, pressure this. There's 2 seconds if they just don't let them catch in the front court. Oh, there we go.
Pressure still. Jones on Anderson. Another foul. And it'll remain a side out of bounds. 21.5 to go. Kāhu can almost reach out and grab it as they do foul deliberately there. The Pouākai. And they're going to find this one out via the Chemist Warehouse free throw strike. It is in the hands of Keely Tini.
You'd think the pair of free throws probably puts this game away. What do you think one free throw does for this game? Keeps it interesting enough.
Keeps it interesting enough.
If you're a viewer, you don't want to walk away and miss it.
There's a couple of three-point shooters out there. Ava Jones, Lacey Rameka. There it is. 5-point game. Player timeout has been used. 19.2 to go. O'Neill. The wings are there. There's one of them. Jones, high arcing attempt. Oh, way to the right. They'll get the rebound. Hectic here at the finish. Ainley, not the play you probably want it to end up in the hands there. And they're saying...
Pouākai asking they think there was a hit on the arm there, and it did somewhat look like it, but not quite picked up. And now I hate to say it, but that could be it. Player timeout used, get in the front court.
Well, credit to the Kāhu. It has been tough sledding, to say the least, Adam, in both Rapid League and Tauihi. But they are right on the cusp here of a well-deserved win, and they've had to do it the hard way late. They lost their key scorer, Mary Morton-Jones, who really set the tone early. I think all of, or maybe at least the bulk of that 10 points came in the flurry of points in that first quarter. They opened up a double-digit lead, and then they've just done enough to keep the Pouākai at arm's reach.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough go for Mary. I hope she's definitely okay there, but for her team to kind of continue that grittiness after she set the tone, not only with how she started, came out shooting with a flurry, but that toughness to get up after taking that hit to the face.
Oh, that ball's going to escape everyone there.
And if the ball didn't touch, the clock shouldn't have started there, so.
Yeah, they're across it. It's a lot of referees all of a sudden.
Bardacard Radborn across that, figuring it out for us. I believe 4 seconds was what we had. Even if you can't get the win here, that point differential matters.
So back to 4.9. That's where, or 4.0, excuse me. That's when we had the inbound pass. So one last opportunity you feel here. As Ainley gets it, Jones will put it up. And that basket, unfortunately, isn't going to count because we had a backcourt violation. Ava Jones had made her way over the half court when she got that pass back from Ainley. So a long end to this Rapid League contest, which is going to conclude with a Kāhu victory. Okay, something we haven't said all season long until now. Congratulations, and look at the delight on those ladies' faces in blue. Congratulations to them. 32-27, they get the job done. And they're greeted by their teammates who are about to suit up in the Tauihi contest to come. A gritty display and a first win for that club. And who knows, can they take that momentum into the Tauihi contest? They're about to face a team who are coming off a 36-point loss just 2 days ago. As we take a quick look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, and Mary Morton-Jones led the way with 10 before taking that blow to the face in the third quarter. And McKay Schroeder stepped up in a big way as well. Amelia Ainley, a fantastic outing for her in her home Rapid League debut for the Pouākai. 6 points, 6 rebounds and 4 blocks. What a way to fill up the box score there for the young 15-year-old. As we send it down sideline now for some reaction, and Adam Morgan has got Emma K. Schroeder.
All right, I'm here with Emma K. Schroeder. Emma, great game. Not only did you guys get your first win, but you responded really well, seeing kind of one of your veterans and Mary going down there. How'd you manage to kind of take that scoring load on and just push through in that second half?
I think just like we needed to play for her, and like just needing to get that win today. It was, you know, win or nothing basically. So we had nothing to lose. So I think just playing for Mary and playing for our starters, and yeah.
Absolutely, no, great answer there. So a few months ago you came off, what was your 4th national title? You were the MVP. How do you go from playing against high schoolers and stuff at one level, which you make look very easy at times, to now playing with these women and still having a lot of success there?
Well, yeah, I think this is a completely different environment. The girls are a lot more physical, and honestly, Rapid's a lot more quicker, and yeah, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it just as much as I enjoy playing high school. So yeah, basically just all the fun and more physical.
Awesome. Hey, well, all the best for the second game. Great job today.
Thank you, Adam. Time for a quick break here on Sky Sport. Don't go too far. 3 o'clock, we will be back for the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa clash between the mainland Pouākai and the northern Kāhu. ora e te whānau. Welcome into Cowles Stadium here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa action. It is the Mainland Pouākai hosting the Northern Kāhu. 2 days is a long time in the game of basketball. Nick Bewley here, Adam Morgan alongside. Let's start with the Pouākai first and foremost, the home team. A bit of an enigma is how I'm feeling about season 2025 so far. Just after it feels like they turn a corner, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Friday night, 102-66 loss. I can unpack all the stats, but it doesn't make for pretty reading. What are you made of it, and how quickly can you just flush it and move on and focus on the 40 minutes of basketball ahead?
That may be the key question, Nick, and I think we got the next 2 hours to unfold that, see what we can do. And I think you're right. When it's good, it is very, very good for this Mainland Pouākai team. They're fun. They pack a punch of scoring, both starters, off the bench. When it doesn't go good, it's a tough one for them. And Friday was one of those games. So like you said, how quickly can you flush it and move on to this next one? Because there's a Kāhu team over here that looks quite hungry for that first win of the season, I'd say.
Certainly, and they've finally got their first win as a club in season 2025. Just moments ago, they beat the Pouākai in the Rapid League. That'll give them just a little boost of confidence as we take a look at the Tauihi standing. So it's 4v5. Yes, you might think, Adam, that gap is comfortable, but 2-3 weeks, that could be a completely different picture. It feels like a huge one for both teams. For the Kāhu, effectively it's season on the line, need to start winning and winning now. For the Pouākai, they need to turn this thing around.
Yeah, I think is that door going to be left open for the Kāhu to feel that they can crawl in and kind of take that 4th place playoff spot away from them? And the Pouākai, it's probably about shutting that same door and saying, hey, no, we at the very least are locked into this 4th seed spot, and we're working to climb our way more towards the upper end of that ladder.
Round 7 will begin with the Tūīhi hosting the Whai, who were beaten by the Queens yesterday. So that's a tricky game coming up for the Pouākai Queens at Te Rauparaha Arena next Saturday in Wellington. Kāhu will be back at Event Finder Stadium on Sunday to host the Tūīhi. That's the other thing too, that quick response. You know, you hear from some players and they'll say, you don't want to go back to training for 7 days and let a loss like that fester. I'm sure for some of these Pouākai players right now, they're thinking, this is actually great for us. We don't have that's not a possibility. We can just play.
Yeah, you gotta. I think Charlotte Whitaker talked about it in her pregame interview. It's about having that kind of short memory when you're a professional athlete. Things don't always go your way. All right, what can we control here, and how do we move on? I believe they had a training last night, iron out some kinks, go through the scout for tonight's game, because I think this is even a different Kāhu team than we saw the last time that they matched up.
It certainly is. There's been some changes to their roster, but the starting 5 there for you with Mansfield, Tupaia, Ledger Walker, Curtin, and Hayley Ryanell, of course, formerly of the Mainland Pouākai. And a little time ago, she caught up with Adam.
I'm here with Hayley Ryanell, the Northern Kāhu. Hayley, returning to your old stomping grounds from last year where you had a great season. Kind of thoughts, feelings, emotions coming into the building today?
Yeah, honestly, I'm super happy to be back here. I've met a lot of wonderful people at Pouākai, so it's honestly a blessing to see everyone and give hugs and have conversations. I'm just ecstatic to be back, honestly.
Cool, absolutely, and we're glad to have you back. It's going to be a great show you're putting on today. Speaking of which, your new team, how have you found adjusting to a new team this year, being up on the North Island and stuff, and you enjoying the season so far being with them?
Yeah, Auckland is a beautiful place. I really enjoy living there. Our team as well, it's been amazing thus far. We definitely owe the Pouākai one today, so I really would like to get a win. Just kind of, yeah, I got a little chip on my shoulder today for sure.
Absolutely, well, great luck, and yeah, have fun out there.
Yep, thanks so much.
Well, they went pretty close in their one and only meeting earlier in the season. 88-83, the Pouākai won, and on that evening, Hayley Ryanell dropped 31 points, which remains tied for an individual scoring high for the season. Let's take a look at the Pouākai starting 5. There is an adjustment or a return to norm, if you like. They went with Marina Whittle off the bench on Friday against the Tūīhi. She is back into the starting side alongside the likes of Morgan Yeager, McKenna Dale, Ezra McGoldrick and Abigail Fogg. Charlotte Whitaker will come off the bench. and she spoke to Adam Morgan.
I'm here with Charlotte Whitaker. Charlotte, not the result you guys wanted on Friday. How do you guys bounce back going into this game?
Yeah, I think we were definitely disappointed as a collective on Friday. So being able to, rewatch the film, being able to talk after the game, what we needed to improve on, and I think what we know we can show, and then moving forward into this game, obviously making this a priority now. The past is the past. Let's move on and, show them today.
Awesome. Like you said, moving on, big key being a professional athlete. We have a great team coming in today in the Kāhu. I know they've been struggling. They're really wanting to get this win against you guys. What are some areas you guys think you can attack them here today?
Yeah, I think the main focus has to be ourselves, especially probably over the last couple of game performance-wise for us. But I think attacking them in transition, making sure we attack the offensive boards as well, but also securing it on the defensive end, locking down, getting the possession so we can go push in transition.
Awesome. Great answers. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, particularly how the Pouākai start on the back of that adversity in the form of such a heavy defeat on Friday. Let's take a look at the head-to-head courtesy of our friends at the Chemist Warehouse. Where's this game being won and lost, Adam Morgan?
I think the disciplines of the game, right? You don't know if you're going to shoot well, you don't know what's going to go right for you, but what you can control, the rebounds, taking care of the ball, the transition. I think transition defense, probably things both these teams are not great at. So can they contain that team in transition and not let them get those easy leak-out scores?
Scoring the basketball has been an issue for the Kāhu, 76.3 points a game. Our ball presenter, that young man there, Isana Harrison, celebrated his 7th birthday on Halloween, 31st of October. Absolutely loves the Pouākai. Get involved in our Good Health Mix and Pick poll as well. A lot of support still with the Pouākai. And look, you can understand that in terms of where the Kāhu are at. But you look at some of those defeats, Adam Morgan, and on any other day, a couple of momentum swings, couple of possessions. They could be 2-4, 3-3. So this is a good basketball team, and they will be desperate. That is without question. And certainly the head of the snake, Haley, right now, with, you always want to play well against your former team.
Yeah, absolutely. It was All-Star 5. Helped this team to, I believe, a #1 seed last year. Yep. Could be wrong. So her to return here to Cowles Stadium. She'll have some family, friends, I'm sure, around that she made from last year and wants to put on that show. And even more importantly, wants to get that first W for the Kāhu this year.
A nice little moment there in centre court. With, Abby Curtin, Abby Fogg, the two Abbies. Ready to get this one up and underway. An intriguing battle to finish round 6. The GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. As Crystal Ledger Walker ends up with it. Kāhu in the sky blue. Pouākai Navy.
Caught up with Crystal a little bit before the game. She said, last week was kind of about getting that rust off. First game back in here, and she's very excited for today. And I think she'll make a good impact for this Kāhu squad today. Just another little depth at the guard position to help them out.
Whittle looking to get going early. Very good three-point shooting here for her. As long rebound there by Dale. Creates a second chance.
Dale doing what Dale does, just those extra hustle plays, being an athlete.
Jaeger with a little step back three, doesn't go. And as we know, Pouākai will live and die by the three ball. They shot it 8 of 36 on Friday, do average, well, prior to that one, in and around 11 makes a game from beyond the arc. That adjustment to the starting 5, of course, Taylor Mikesell not out there. She will come off the bench. As McKenna Dale averaging just under 8 rebounds a game. A couple early here. A lot of ball movement. McGoldrick runs into Curtin. And a whistle and a foul is going to go on Abby Curtin. And shots coming up here for McGoldrick.
Both these starting possessions, the ball has moved really well kind of through each of the players' hands. For the Pouākai, can that remain intact? Can they keep trusting themselves throughout the game? Keep making those quick decisions? And for the Kāhu, missing those 2 imports that have since left. So I think now there's other players that can step up and really just build that trust with what this kind of new shape team is.
Splits the free throws. McGoldrick. Curtin manages to get it in the end. Here is Lauren Mansfield, second in the league for assists per game. With that 3 to go. Fogg going to work, and lovely finish for the Canadian. Tūīhi screen, little 2-man action there with Abby Curtin. Nice from the Kāhu, their first basket.
I think that's something to watch as the game goes on, is Fogg and Whitaker. When they get into those drops, can they keep both players in front? Oh, great finish by Whittle.
And she immediately matches her game haul from Friday night. It was super uncharacteristic, not just for her, but the entire team, as Abby Curtin with the travel.
Yeah, I believe she has 6 games of 20+, so that would have been one of the few where quite the opposite.
Well, she was our league leading scorer until that game based on averages.
And I want to say she's dropped to second, but by about a half a point. So a big day today probably puts her back up at the top of those rankings there.
Jaeger just puts on the gas. It's a good little intervention there, and might be last touch by Morgan Jaeger. And it will be Kāhu possession. Take a second look. And go back to their court marshal, Mansfield. Good hand in there by McGoldrick, pokes it free. Right now, mid-range money. Haley right now underway here at Cowles again, this time in enemy colours. And here they come, the Kāhu. Mansfield, the lefty, wide open. Nails it in front of the Kāhu bench.
Kāhu doing a good job getting out running early. Ooh.
Oh, hello. Jaeger behind the back. Fogg with the strong finish. It'll count. And one opportunity. A bit of razzle, bit of dazzle here as we take a second look. And the strength from Fogg. She would not be stopped.
Early second foul for Curtin. Maybe in a little bit of pain, maybe a little bit of frustration, or a bit of both after that one. But great little pass there from Jaeger to find Fogg and get her going.
Quick 5 points for Fogg. A couple of quick subs in. Asia Anderson for the Kāhu. Taylor Mikesell on as well for the Pouākai. As Tūīhi fires away, way downtown, doesn't go. Jaeger, it's the step on right now, and a foul.
One of the things I think Jaeger did really well there, she's coming down the court, her eyes are scanning, trying to find those kickouts. She sees everybody stays home, but her eyes are looking, at least keeping them honest, opens up the driving lane for a great and one there.
Jaeger completes the three-point play. Much better start here for the Pouākai. Tūīhi. And first foul for the Pouākai is going to go on McGoldrick. They've had their foul troubles over the season, particularly here at Cowles. Mansfield now. Ledger Walker with a bit of space. Can't get the 3-ball to go. McGoldrick going to get to work. Tūīhi, and another foul committed by the Kāhu. This time it's on Talia Tūīhi. And that's the 4th team foul on the Kāhu. 5:53 still to play in this first quarter. Got to be careful from here on in.
Yeah, Pouākai doing a good job of putting that pressure on the rim, not just settling for those threes, which we know they can hit, but making sure they have an even dose of also getting on the rim with that shot diet.
Splits the free throws. McGoldrick, she'll take a seat. Marina Whittle back in. Quick rotations we've become accustomed to here from Coach Stojkovic. And pick in the pocket there is Morgan Jaeger. Hall now open. Way to the left. Can't make the Kāhu pay on that occasion. And no one picking up Lauren Mansfield. Better communication required there for the Pouākai. They get away with it. And foot out of bounds there by Bree Hall. Helter-skelter, a couple of possessions there to say the least.
It's happening fast here.
Ledger Walker. Tūīhi. And a late whistle there, but it eventually comes, and Talia Tūīhi heading to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a 2. Subs in. We'll take a second look there. Just got that first step on Marina Whittle.
Tūīhi is someone who's maybe been deferring a bit more as the season's gone on, as she usually does. So it's good to see her trying to get downhill and get on that rim and become a bit more of a scoring threat.
Yeah, just averaging almost 5 assists a game, 9.5 points per game. Talia Tūīhi splits the free throws. So Morgan Jaeger out. See a bit of a committee sharing in the point guard responsibilities here, you feel, for the Pouākai. There's no Emma Rogers with that wrist injury. Hall, good pass. Whittle. It's been deadly from downtown, but can't get that 3-ball to go. Marina Whittle.
Man, Reinl runs the floor so hard. Oh, just can't quite get it.
Almost had too much time there, wanting to use the rim to protect a shot block potential. Pass out there by Dale. Charlotte Whitaker downtown.
Good driving kick, kind of that floor spacing, just trusting that being out there.
First 3 of the afternoon for the Pouākai. They lead by 6. Mansfield with the handle. Late in the shot clock here. Right now, is she aware of it? She is. Great wall up by Dale. And next to no time remaining here for the Kāhu. Conjure something.
0.6, enough for a catch and shoot. Not quite a catch, jump up, come down, and go up with it. I think that's about 0.9 you need for that.
Now, due reward there from the Pouākai defensively, forcing that turnover. Whitaker up high. Good hand there by Reinl, and then by Anderson. Whitaker getting up a little ginger. And Tūīhi now, physical drive. And the foul's going to go on Mike Sell.
Brave and Mike Sell putting her body on the line trying to take that, but Tūīhi just seeing that she had the angle and able to get back to that free throw line.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of free throw attempts here early in this one. 6 for the Pouākai. This is 3 and 4 coming up here for the Kāhu. And great to see Mary Morton-Jones checking in here for the Kāhu.
There's that toughness. For those who didn't see, she was in the Rapid League. Started off super hot from outside, 10 points early, got her team up to a nice lead, and then took a nasty blow to the face, yet continued to play defense. So glad to see she comes back in.
She's literally holding the blood from pouring out her nose with one hand while putting another arm up, defending and trying to get a rebound, and it was
the epitome of toughness to me.
It was unbelievable. Still got a lot of fans in these parts. From Mary Goulding before
Great ball movement.
Yeah. Good work there.
I think that ball maybe crossed the split line 3 times. Just Kāhu kind of showing their veteran leadership.
Very quick shot up there by Mike Sal halfway down.
Every rebound's so tough right now too. Both sides just battling. Mike Sal up to the challenge again here.
As Tūīhi uses the shoulder, just too strong. Likes that matchup, Talia Tūīhi, and a potential 3-point opportunity here, and I'm loving the intent from Tūīhi.
Yeah, you can't let her get that head of speed up going downhill. She is just too solid, and now that's an and one. It's a tough matchup.
And 2 quick fouls on Mike Sal, who's coming off the bench this afternoon, so she checks back out. Whitaker as well, Fogg into the contest for the Pouākai. Kāhu leading by 1. And Tūīhi now, she's got 6.
Do you think that Rapid League win kind of carries some momentum over for the Kāhu? Feeling that, hey, we're here to compete, as I maybe almost jinxed it.
But she's just such a barometer of how the Pouākai are travelling in terms of their energy and the momentum, Marina Whittle. Those little moments there, and she loves getting the crowd engaged.
She almost has a sense of, hey, momentum swinging back the wrong way. Just need to make insert myself here on a play, get downhill, make a timely 3.
But to answer your question, absolutely 100%. I think, particularly in the Kāhu's case, where coming into this one, they were 0-6 in Rapid, 0-6 in Tauihi, as Pouākai picked this one off. Hall perhaps didn't see that Jaeger was to her left, but doesn't matter. And now Tūīhi hits the floor. Bit tilling there. Coach Stojkovic demanding a flop call, doesn't come, and a whistle goes at the other end. Coach Stojkovic needs to be super careful in front of us.
I think he just needs to realize the ref just literally wasn't looking at that play. Tūīhi used a veteran move, I guess you could say.
Let's see if we can get a second look at how that caused all that frustration here on the sideline. It is going to be free throws coming up here for Talia Tūīhi. So it was the play before that where the ball was being inbounded. Tūīhi accused of flopping. No whistle came. Coach Jodie Cameron. Yeah, I think it's big for the Kāhu. Getting that first win, Tauihi or Rapid. And that'll do the entire playing group just a bit of confidence, a bit of a boost. They'll know how desperate their situation is. Yeah. They're certainly capable. As Tūīhi just picks that off.
I have a feeling this too, like I said, those imports now gone. Tūīhi says, all right, maybe I need to step up, take a little bit more of a lead here. And again, back to the line. I don't know how many free throws that is, but she's doing a great job of just getting downhill. And it's kind of the Tūīhi of old from 2 seasons ago, where she was one of the more dominant players in this league.
Yeah, these are free throw attempts 7 and 8 coming up here for Talia Tūīhi. She's 5 of 6 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
She's earning them. She's getting downhill. She's going. It's not the kids might call it foul grifting, I believe. Referring to a Shea SGA. She's getting downhill and being physical and challenging these Pouākai to defend that.
Tied game. There's Whittle now taking a dose of the Tūīhi medicine, if you like, and getting downhill.
Kind of a Whittle versus Tūīhi battle to start. Tūīhi does one thing, Whittle kind of comes back and answers.
Anderson with the rebound on the Whittle miss. 1:38 to go in the quarter. Oh, lovely pass. Ledger Walker, Anderson, they played a lot of basketball together.
Yeah, great read by Ledger Walker, kind of looking it off on the outside and then just allowing that roll to open up.
Rebound there by Ledger Walker too. Here she comes. Game 2 back for the Kāhu. Finds Tūīhi, quick catch and shoot. Oh, halfway down. This Hall. She's looking to go at it alone. Might have taken an extra step. She has. That won't count. Just looked a little bit awkward there.
Yeah, what would be interesting to see though, does that ball get deflected, or are you thinking that extra step before any of the shot even went up maybe?
Yeah. Let's have a second look.
1, 2. Oh yeah, that's a bang play.
Just got a little bit tangled there at the back, and the right leg came back down.
I think that is credit to the Kāhu though. They walled up really well there. Oh.
And right now fouled, this time by Jaeger. So after those early fouls by the Kāhu, done well. Pouākai now running into a few foul frustrations.
I think what we're seeing here with the Kāhu though, so Tūīhi moves over maybe more that shooting guard role. Ledger Walker, she comes in as that true point guard. She's been distributing really well, allows Pai to get on the rim. And so far, so good, and really like Reinhold's one of them, just getting out, running. It's pretty basketball so far from them. Something I think they can build on as this game goes.
Right now, gets herself up to 4 points. And the Kāhu lead by 3. McGoldrick crashing into Ledger Walker. The foul is going to go on the latter, Ledger Walker. And that is into the bonus now for the Kāhu. Physical, niggly contest, I think I can say with quite safety here, Adam Morgan.
I think it goes back to that, we talked about these teams can feel that door can either be shut or open. Pouākai shutting it for the Kāhu, saying, hey, we're going to lock ourselves into this top 4 speed. Kāhu saying, hey, we're not going away. Our season's not over.
And missing both there is McGoldrick. So the Pouākai 6 of 11 from the free throw stripe. The Kāhu 9 of 11. 22 free throw attempts in the first quarter. Lovely find. That time Tūīhi with a recovery from McGoldrick. 1.6 blocks a game, Ezra McGoldrick this season, and adds another one here this afternoon.
Yeah, great play there, just getting that back screen into the layup, but great recovery.
Morton Jones getting a bit of space. Get the basket to go, and here the Pouākai pushing that pace. The recovery though from Ledger Walker. And the Kāhu can slow things down here. A 5-second differential between the game and the shot clock late in the first. Tūīhi.
See if they can get that switch onto Fogg and then take it in.
Kicks it out. Morton Jones. No good with the 3. Got to go here, the Pouākai. Jaeger from half court. Not to be. An entertaining first quarter, and it's the Kāhu who come out on top. We've got ourselves a good one here at Cowles. 23-20 quarter time. Thanks to those of you tuning in via the TikTok app. It is great to have your company here this afternoon as Adam Morgan stays hydrated. Nick Bewley here alongside, and while we wait to come back out of the Sky commercial break, huge credit to the great work of Calvin Davison here.
Calvin Fisher.
Calvin Fisher. Why did I say Calvin Davidson?
It's all right. I know he'll be watching it back, so I'll catch you on that.
On the TikTok app as well? Good for him. All right, a quick thought before we join our friends back on Sky. What's one headline that stands out from you for the Kāhu?
Tūīhi, but I also want to say the return of Ledger Walker. It's a name that holds a lot of value in the basketball world in this country, and when you add one of those to your team, good things happen. And then by association, it allows Tūīhi to play off the ball, and she's been a bully, just getting downhill, getting to the free throw line. How many free throws do we say again? Was it 8? 9, 7 and 9. So great stuff from Tūīhi so far. And I'm also really loving the Rhino, just her running to the rim each time, and it opens up the offense and makes the Pouākai really have to get back. Flip side, I'll throw it to you. Pouākai.
Second quarter here on Sky Sport. Kāhu leading 23-20. Nice way to close out the weekend. $35 large meatball pizza with the online code SCORE2025. Courtesy of our friends at Sal's. Well, it's been physical. It's been as advertised, I suppose you could say, Adam Morgan. And you were just talking to our friends there on the TikTok app around the impact of Crystal Ledger Walker, who's very much been an asset for this Kāhu team. It's their second game of the season, coming up in a big way here. Early in this one is Jaeger under a bit of duress. Kicks it to Whittle. Can she get that three ball going? Yes, she can.
That's nice. The twirl action on one side doesn't work. Ball screen. Jaeger finding the kick out to Whittle. Can't help off her.
A normal service resuming for the lady who was the second, or the first leading scorer, I should say, prior to Friday night's lean showing as a team. Up to 9 points. And Charlotte Whitaker just was not expecting that. Jaeger trying to recover, but can't stop Hayley Rynell.
Great job, Rynell, playing off 2 feet, even though it's a smaller defender, making sure you come away with the 2.
That's the 7th turnover on the Pouākai. And that one wasn't too far away either. Whistle, foul on Lauren Mansfield. That'll be her first. Whittle pulls up from near the free throw line, and I thought there was a bit of contact there. Perhaps just apologising for the ball not moving as much as Coach Stojkovic would have liked. As Mansfield just slings it over. Ledger Walker did well.
There you go, Tūīhi getting downhill again. Oh, good hands by McGoldrick to poke that thing out.
I feel like we just need a camera on our coaches as well. Coach Cam, between Coach Cameron and Coach Stojkovic. A lot of animation. Never happy coaches, are they? Coach Morgan.
When you're not coaching the game and you're here in the booth with you, it's easier to be happy, but I think it's just always that feeling of we're just not quite where we want to be. I think that's a sign of a good coach, to be honest. Can't settle.
Some shimmy there from Mike Sal, but can't get the 3 connected. Again, Mansfield finding some open space beyond the arc. Kāhu leading by 4. Jaeger plotting and just finding her moment, picking her poison.
It's a nice high pickup finish, kind of bouncing that ball over the gap defender, reaching in by the nail there, and then just laying it in. Reinl just kind of giving her that angle and that switch.
Mansfield, Whitaker.
Showing on the screen right there, something they didn't do as well, I think, down in the Hoiho against the Zoe Richards-led team that kind of handed it to him on Friday. So it's good to see her at the level of the screen. Oh.
It's going to be a kick ball.
Trying to thread the needle there.
And we've got a timeout here called by Coach Cameron, Kāhu. Chance for both teams to talk things through. Good opportunity to talk about our Support Her club. All thanks to 2 Degrees. They're fighting for fair for women and girls in sport at every level. The network backing Tauihi Basketball all season long. And thanks to 2 Degrees. And of course it is the last of our inclusion rounds. Rounds 5 and 6. And great to see Tamariki enjoying this time out, getting out here on centre court. The Stars of tomorrow. What say you though, Adam Morgan? 27-25 feels very nip and tuck here. Punch, counter punch, call it what you like. The Kāhu have come here to play. We knew they were going to be desperate, and I've just really liked the intent of Talia Tupaia in particular, just taking this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, I think she's collapsing the defense now. The Pouākai know they need to respect that. Maybe getting in the gaps more, having your low man over a bit more, but what does it do? It opens it up a bit more on the outside. But while they haven't hit those threes, they are getting some really good looks. So Coach Cameron has to be happy with it. And now it's just putting it together for another 2 1/3 of a quarter, I guess.
Yeah, just looking at Talia Tupaia's free throw stats throughout the course of the season, the most attempts she's had in a game up until now was 4. She is 7 for 9, which really, again, just shows that adjustment and intent and getting the calls.
Yeah, maybe just something Coach Cameron realized, hey, maybe we're best when Tupaia is a scorer for us. As Mansfield find Reinl just, again, rim running as she does best.
Averaging just under 7 assists a game, Lauren Mansfield. That's her second of the afternoon. Marina Whittle does very well to haul that in, not put a foot out of bounds, and then finish.
Not only to kind of catch that off-balance pass, but make sure that she kind of gets down 2 feet in the paint, a little floater or fader over the top.
Mansfield, lovely skills. Lydia Walker can't connect from 3. Rebound there by Whittle. Mike Sell gets that 3 ball down. And the Pouākai are in front by 1. Lydia Walker, great vision. Morton Jones, just unlucky. A foot out of bounds. Unlucky there for Mary. We haven't seen much Abby Curtin after those 2 very early fouls. She was a bit banged up as well, the Aussie, but she is back in. And then I'll see Hayley Reinl have a breather. And into the game too, the youngster out of Westlake Girls, Emma K. Schroeder. So a bit of trust here from Coach Cameron.
Yeah, I liked what you saw maybe from the Rapid League game, and kind of one of those master your current roles, but prepare for the one you want, and she now has an opportunity to show her what she's all about.
Oh, it's not quite on the same page there. Mike Sal and Dale. Another turnover they are racking up here for the Pouākai. Turnover number 8 as Schroeder losing it. Morton Jones staying with it. And Mary Morton Jones, very familiar with the Cowles Stadium gymnasium, makes that one count for the Kāhu. They're back in front. Hall, the head down. And gets a whistle, gets a foul call. And more free throws coming up here. Frustrating look from Talia Tupai.
Second on her. Brings back Ledger Walker. Very active crowd here today, cheering them on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, McKenna Dale doing McKenna Dale things.
Creating another chance here. Pass that. Great
Lovely.
positioning from Whittle.
And that's her being that 3-level scorer, just posting up a player with the seal, had positioning, and then finishing it when Mike Sell found her off that.
And Ledger Walker just asking a little bit too much there of Schroeder. And as the Pouākai, the nose is in front. 6 lead changes in the first quarter. And that has continued here into the second. It's Fogg trying to use her size. Hall cutting, loses the handle.
Yeah, just getting that hand on that. We have Curtin back in as well. 2 early fouls. See what she can do here.
Extra pass there, Schroeder. Ledger Walker. Whittle.
Who else but Whittle?
Yeah. Mike's out, quick release, front iron, but Dale there again. McKenna Dale, offensive rebound number 3.
The work rate is
6
ridiculous.
rebounds on the whole. And I know we've mentioned a lot during the course of the season. Hasn't been her shooting season, but the way she impacts the game in other ways, meaningful ways, crashing the glass.
5 rebounds, 3 defense,
Yeah.
2 offensive, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and no points. But she is affecting this game in a positive way. And now she's on another category with the points there.
Interestingly for the Kāhu, they haven't got back to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line after that first quarter. They were 9 of 11. The Pouākai now a couple of visits.
Tupaia back in here, so maybe trying to get her downhill now.
Right now got Fogg a long way from home. Can't get the 3 ball to go. And Fogg with that long rebound. Whittle. Mike Sell did well initially, but just dancing down the baseline puts the toe out of bounds. So that's turnover number 10. Pushing the pass just a little bit too much. On occasion, the Pouākai do have a 4-point lead. Get it to Tupaia now. Whittle on her. Good matchup this. It's Mansfield now with Jaeger.
There's that same zipper action we saw for Emma K. Schroeder in the first game. But now to the right hand on Mansfield.
Oh, Jaeger and Dale, teammates fighting over the rebound. Coach killer there. And Mansfield silky with the left.
Yeah, Coach Killer, that's a great way to sum that one up.
Jaeger now crafting. Dale, extra pass. Whittle just doing enough to sell that contact to the officials. And it will be more free throws coming up here for the Pouākai. It's Marina Whittle. 13 points in 13 minutes. 4 of 6 from the field. And 5 rebounds as well. shaking off whatever that was down in Dunedin 2 days ago. Just a Halloween kind of night, right?
It was scary for one team. Yeah, I think the defense, I mean, lower scoring here, so normally that indicates defense has been ramped up a little bit. Coach Stojkovic just kind of looking up at that scoreboard. Maybe he's a little bit happier with how this one's gone so far. Up 3 minutes left in the quarter. There's the zipper again.
There's Mansfield, the offhand. Whittle there to clean up. And now pushing the pace. Jaeger, Whittle, Pouākai. Everything but the finish, and then the foul. The foul goes on Ezra McGoldrick.
Coach Stojkovic asking Talia to stop flopping all the time. She calls it gamesmanship, I believe.
It's Ledger Walker. Crafting again, getting around Whittle. I think looping run. So much experience, Crystal Ledger Walker. Mansfield right now doesn't mind that spot, Hayley right now, and almost gets the roll.
We've had some really good looks. They're just not quite dropping. For them, just kind of stay with your processes, keep attacking.
Bree Hall now, and Tūīhi crashes. Fogg in the corner, no call. Fogg holds the pose.
I believe Barter referee letting Coach Jody Cameron know there's a flop warning now.
Yeah.
Coach Stojkovic will maybe a slight sigh of relief now he got that call.
A timeout called too. With 1:58 to go in the half. Feels like a smart timeout too. 39-33.
Whittle, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field. Pyle, 11 points, 7 of 9 from the stripe. Hasn't gotten back there like you alluded to earlier, so. Can the Kāhu draw something up, maybe create a double gap, open the lane up for her to just be downhill and see if she can get some more playmaking from there.
On a positive body language still though within the Kāhu. They know this one is very much there for the taking. There's Talia Tūīhi just having a chat there with officials, Regan Ashley.
Yeah, and I think they know this is not going to be easy, right? When you're trying to get that first win of your season, it's going to be tough both mentally, emotionally, physically. So just staying with it, keep hacking away.
Mansfield manipulate the defense. Tūīhi, Ledger Walker. Online, just a little bit too much on it.
And they're getting some good looks. They're just not going. That 3-ball starts to drop for the Kāhu. This is going to look a lot different.
Whittle, extra pass. Dale free. McKenna Dale, yes!
I think the biggest fan of that one was Abby Fogg celebrating as she runs back on defense there.
I think everyone knows. McKenna Dale coming in this one, 5 for 34 from three-point distance this season. Yeah. This is a 38% career three-point shooter. And
if they can start to unlock that, it's just going to add to them. Oh,
lovely finish.
Just
lovely
class
use
off the glass.
Of the glass, yeah, absolutely. You said it. Cuts it to 7. Ledger Walker as Mansfield just says, "Yeah, I'll take that, thank you." No carelessness, just creeping in a touch here as that one does roll down, and we have seen this a little bit. Very late timeout here just before the half concludes by the Pouākai coach Alex Stojkovic. just not happy. Standard slipping there on a couple of possessions at both ends.
Yeah, and you got 3 to 4 possessions maybe to end this half. What do you guys want to do with those is kind of probably what he's sitting down to now have a chat with his team about. So probably keeping that ball in the backcourt. Actually, sorry, you can't advance it at this stage of the game anyhow, but some sort of play that gets you maybe a Whittle, one of your star players in action, and then what are you doing defensively coming back down? And Coach Cameron pretty much the same thing. Hey, get a stop, and then how do we want to go about this to finish the game, or to finish the half?
We said a lot about Marina Whittle, and rightly so, 14 points, but offensively, who's that second option for the Pouākai? We know how well balanced this team is when they all get going. It just feels like it can really just be, scoring by committee. But just looking up at the stadium LED scoreboard, yes, Abigail Fogg there on 8 points, but the likes of Ezra McGoldrick we're used to seeing with a bit more of a contribution. She's on 2, Jaeger on 5. Yeah. But who are you wanting to turn to here if you're Coach Stojkovic to just ease the load slightly on Marina Whittle?
I'd say it might not even be in the scoring capacity, but I think it's Jaeger when Jaeger's making quick decisions with the ball. Because like you said, that LED light, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 people have scored in this game. And it's when she's getting off that ball screen, moving that ball fast in transition, and just making everybody a threat.
Let's see, can they close out the half? And hear the instructions of Coach Stojkovic. Whittle gets it in the corner.
Great find.
Right on cue.
That's a great little play. Gets that weak side to help in, and the weak side just happens to be Whittle. And Jaeger finds her.
17 now for Whittle.
I believe Stojkovic should just put in his second timeout if he hasn't used it already, just to see if they can get one more thing out of this half.
There's not much time left, is
No.
Rynell.
That's a tough basket from Rynell.
Beautiful way to close out the half. Hayley Rynell up against her former team. First visit back to Cowles. And we might just have enough time here. Yes, we do. 0.7 of a second in actual fact. And
so you may be able to answer this for me. Can they then call their player timeout when they come back in advance?
well, that's a Justin Nelson type question. I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
But please don't quote me on that.
Well, I think we'll find out here. But yeah, you're right. Rynell in her return, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 of 8 from inside, and then has missed 1 on the outside there. But doing a really good job of just setting the pace. If you're a big up and coming and you play for your team in the post, it's not just about setting screens and stuff. It is the way she runs from rim to rim and really lets her team play at a higher pace and lets guards out and going, even if she doesn't touch the ball every single time. Kāhu also need to be careful not to foul here.
See, Regan Ashley, the Barter Card official, is saying you can't call the BBNZ player timeout. And Regan Ashley's just going to go have a wee check. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. I know the rules. You can't immediately call it after a timeout, so they have to inbound and then go straight away. This is going to be hilarious. No, they're just going to sling it down court. Why not? And that was a very elongated way to draw the first half to a close. 45-39, the Pouākai leads. As there's still some conversations there happening out on centre court. I'll try and get some reaction to that first 20 minutes of basketball. There's Adam Morgan heading over for an interview. Hopefully we can grab someone here late. So we'll just take a look at some of the key stats from an individual scoring perspective. Marina Whittle leading the way with 17 for the Pouākai. For the Kāhu, Hayley Rynell with 12, Talia Tupaia with 11. There's still a bit of confusion here at the Pouākai sideline. Let's send it down to Adam. He's got someone. He's got Marina Whittle.
All right, hey, we are take 2. I'm here with Marina Whittle. Halloween Scaries last Friday. You guys have bounced back really well in this game. Where's the mindset at coming into that?
Yeah, it was definitely a trick, not a treat. But no, we just wanted to get back rolling like we have been. We played some really bad basketball the other day, and it was kind of good to get that out of our system early. So, yeah, we bounced back today. Really big focus on defense and running on offense and doing what we do well.
Yeah, speaking on that, hard shows look like they're going a lot better. You guys are at the point of attack on those screens.
Yeah.
What do you need to do in the second half to keep that intensity up?
Yeah, I think it all starts on the defensive end, like just being proactive, and then on offense, just moving the ball. The ball has energy, so just moving the energy around the court wherever we can.
Awesome. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks there, Adam, with Marina Whittle. We'll take a quick break here on Sky Sport. Half-time, Pouākai leading the Kāhu by 6.
I'll stick around for another half.
As Adam joins me back here in the commentary position. Hope you're enjoying this one like we are here in the building. Those of you tuning in on TikTok. Wow, interesting first half, and a little bit as advertised in a way, Adam. I know the Kāhu have had their struggles in terms of registering a win this season, but they're a team that have come here with a very clear purpose, and they are keeping the Pouākai honest here. 45-39. What's impressed you about what the Kāhu have done?
Yeah, I think just kind of moving that ball really well amongst themselves. There's been some threes that haven't gone for them, but the looks, I think, are something that Coach Cameron has to be pleased with as far as how those are coming. The assists, there are 12 there, so it shows you that they are moving that ball, and if those shots start to fall, we could be in for a very good second half and maybe a bit of a comeback.
For the Pouākai, you were talking to Marina Whittle. Did like that trick not treats comment there from her. But 6 for 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 17 points. She is just so critical to this Pouākai team in terms of just how they perform at both ends. Like if she's going well, the Pouākai team are going well. If she's not having her day, then it's pretty tough sledding.
Yeah, and what stood out for me from my limited interviews we've done and chatting here and there is her messaging seems to say the same. Kind of no matter what the result, it's moving the ball, it's playing the great defense, and just being kind of the best teammate she can be for her girls out there. And it kind of shows in those really timely moments of momentum maybe shifting one way, and she comes away with maybe just being in the gap and getting a steal, or the kick out for a 3. Just those little moments, and it's part of the reason she's in that MVP running, I guess.
Yeah, certainly. It was an anomaly on Friday night with just the 2 points from Marina Whittle. We're moments away from joining our friends back on Sky. Fantastic to see too here at halftime. The last of our inclusive round games, and these are some of our local athletes, part of the Special Olympic Canterbury program, and enjoying a bit of 5-on-5 basketball action here. Of course, Christchurch next month hosting the Special Olympics. Half-time here at Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. Great to celebrate inclusion round as well with some of our local Cantabrians involved in the Special Olympic program. throwing a bit of basketball action. Nick Yuli here with Adam Morgan, where the Mainland Pouākai lead the Northern Kāhu 45-39 at the break on the back of another big showing from Marina Whittle. 17 points. She's carrying this team again, Adam Morgan, and it's been a huge response from her as we take a look at some of these key first half stats courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, she's been awesome. Haley kind of matching that on the other side, but Whittle really just keeping them in that game. The only Pouākai player with double digits for them tonight. Lots of contributions across the board. The main one that stands out for me, though, is that Kāhu. They have 14 fast break points. So I think in the second half, can they get out and run, capitalizing off those turnovers when they do create them, which is 12 of those 14 are from the turnovers. Flip side on that will maybe be that rebounding battle as well as they continue to battle it out. Right now we're pretty locked tight, 18-23. Pouākai have a little bit of a foot up on them over there, but it's the second chance points and that poise and kind of discipline the Pouākai need to display in the second half to show that they are a contender to be a true top 4 team in this league.
We had a great second half in prospect here at Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. The Kāhu, well, they got their first win as a basketball club for season 2025 in the Rapid League. Can they go 2 for 2 on the same day? We're about to find out. Stay with us here on Sky. The second half up next. Of course, we're still with you guys on the talk, but we're just taking a bit of a water break.
Got to stay hydrated on this sunny afternoon.
That's key. It's key. Anything else jumping out of you? What do you want to see first couple of possessions that's going to tell you a little bit about how this second half might shake out? Do you want to see more of Tūīhi that we saw in the first quarter?
I think that's exactly. I think that's exactly. If they're not in the fast break and just running out, let's get Tūīhi maybe a double gap, kind of a phrase us coaches use. You cut somebody out through maybe the 45, so it pulls their defender out, and then you bring Tūīhi out of the corner, and it's because that other player was already cutting through. She kind of has a vacuum cut, if you will, and gets her downhill. Because that first quarter, she was on the free throw line, creating havoc, putting players in foul trouble, and I think her team fed off it. And then when those shots weren't there for her, she was kicking it out. And even though those players weren't hitting those threes, I just want to see them stick with those kind of processes and waiting for it. Basketball is a game of averages, not a game of certainties. So you just got to keep finding those high-profile shots and hoping one will drop for you.
Look at you. Averages makes sense. Like all of these. Save these not just for TikTok, man. Save these for the Sky broadcast. But I think you're absolutely right. I'd like to see a bit more Tāle Tūīhi. I feel like she can get going like she did in that first quarter. She can create a bit of momentum. We know how crafty Lauren Mansfield can be with the ball as well. And Haley right now has been a real key cog for this Kāhu team. She's dropped 31 points, a season high individual scoring, and a very narrow loss to the Pouākai way back in round 2. So we know she's a very capable lady with the basketball in her hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And just looking at her kind of being that crafty scorer, but distributor, kind of getting her in that secondary action if it's not Ledger Walker or Tūīhi. So lots of ways that they can, the Kāhu can hurt the Pouākai here. So let's see what Coach Cameron drew up in the locker room and what they come out and execute.
Moments away from the second half for this GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa contest to conclude round 6. 45-39, the Pouākai leading the Kāhu. Nick Bewley here with Adam Morgan. 4 playing 5. Pouākai desperate to respond after a heavy defeat on Friday to their southern neighbours, the Hoiho. Kāhu desperate for different reasons. 0-6, sitting at the foot of the Tauihi ladder, knowing very much feels like now or never for them to make a run at a potential top 4 berth. Get involved in our Good Health mix and pick who wins poll. Still a lot of trust in the Pouākai. Adam, do you have that same faith, or are you starting to veer towards an upset here?
Ooh. I'm thinking there might be an upset here.
Okay.
I'm going to take maybe go against the crowd there. Go with that 22% that are thinking also there could be an upset. I think that momentum we talked about from Rapid League could carry over. The shots haven't been falling for the Kāhu. I think those shots start to fall. It's a much different ball game here. That being said, we do know the other team in the to the left of us here knows how to shoot the 3-ball equally as well when they are on it.
And they do have that Marina Whittle lady who's pretty good at this sport.
Have we mentioned her yet?
Yeah, the Pouākai, we know, live by the 3, die by the 3. 5-16. Law averages perhaps suggests that improves a touch, shooting at 31%. Certainly an improvement on Friday night, 8-36 for the Kāhu. Not necessarily their game. It's a similar volume of attempts, actually, but just the 2 makes, 2-16.
One of the things the Pouākai have done well, though, is they still are going inside for baskets, not just relying on the outside, and I think that is a healthy dose. All right, here we go. Tapai off that zipper, see if we can get her. Good ball movement.
Curtin, it's that 3-ball. Dale gets another rebound.
Fogg and Curtin battling.
McGoldrick, pretty quiet half from her. In fact, not even a field goal attempt, which was very unusual, as Fogg has to work down low.
That was good patient footwork by Fogg there. Didn't force it, just kind of let the game come to her. There you go, Tapia turning the corner maybe.
Rynell doesn't mind that
That's
little
tough.
mid-range. That's bordering on unstoppable.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, where's the space? Oh, short corner, mid-read 2. All right, let me just dribble there and nail that.
McGoldrick, is this a first field goal? It ain't.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of McGoldrick in the offensive end this game. Been there defensively, but
So crafty. They're used to the glass. We saw it in the first half, and again here in the second. Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Just a seasoned vet. Took a year off, but some things you just don't forget how to do.
Dale downtown. Look out.
That's big.
Oh, might be the first one this season with at least 2 makes from 3-point distance, certainly in this gymnasium, as pass just evades Rynell. Now here comes McKenna Dale. McGoldrick wide open. That was only ending one way.
And treated to a flurry of scoring to start this half.
And a sigh there from Coach Cameron of the Kāhu. Pouākai opening up a double-digit lead, their largest lead of the ball game, and now a wild 3 attempt. Isn't it amazing how 2 3-point makes can just change the momentum so quickly?
Yeah, just changes it very fast, kind of pushes it to a 10-point lead. I think its score might be 10 to 4 to start this half, so nope, sorry, 8 to 4, I can't do math. Which I'm not even sure if that's right. Let's ignore my math there, but just a couple of shots going up quickly, and then those Pouākai seeing that ball go in helps the confidence.
It all started with that lady there, Abigail Fogg, and now she draws a foul.
I think that's a great initiation to that offense. Instead of just going early ball screen, to actually go post up and play everything inside out. If they decide to then help down, double down on Fog, she can kick it out, which we're seeing those shooters are now finding. But putting some pressure inside has been a massive improvement for this Pouākai team.
Oh, lovely work, McGoldrick. And there's the use of Fog again.
Fog operating really well as that hub of the offense, just in and out of actions, dribble handoffs, slipping screens, post ups. Doing a really good job of running things through her right now. It's probably a thing for the Pouākai if they do want to be a championship contender at the end of the season, is having different ways to win. It's not just Whittle, it's not just Jaeger. They can go inside the Fog, they can go through different actions. So it's got to be a good little confidence boost coming out of the locker room at half for these girls.
12 and 19 now, the Pouākai from the Chemist Warehouse strike. Oh, the no-looker. Stop it, Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Little Spain action right into a no-look bounce, just lovely.
Jaeger now the other way. Couple of hoopers going at it. And that'll be on Tuesday night's highlight show, no doubt about that. As Ryan now with the fade away.
Saying my bad, should have gone up stronger maybe, or found a different option.
Fog up high. Here's Jaeger. Pick and roll. And it evaded everybody. So it's going to be Kāhu possession. That was by design. Right now, to swat it.
Yeah, she's flying around everywhere. Reinl and McGoldrick sharing some friendly words as former teammates.
We'd love to see imports coming back to our league here in Aotearoa, even if it's not necessarily the same team.
Yeah, it's good to see that they enjoy playing in this league, want to come back and keep making contributions. Oh, tough.
Ledger-Walker on a string at the moment.
She's been impressive.
Keeping her side in it here in the third.
Yeah, just a really good balance of scoring, shooting, and we got the offensive foul.
Yeah, that no-looker took her to 6 assists. Does have the 4 turnovers. And then the 6 points as well.
Quietly stuffing the stat sheet there.
It's Tupaia. Go through Ledger-Walker once more.
They love this little Spain action, trying to just screen the back big on that.
McGoldrick, second block of the afternoon.
The crowd loving that even more.
13 swats for the season.
Yeah, it's great defense. Realize Maxell's kind of beat, just steps over, helps her teammate out.
Worked there by Dale, and now McKenna Dale got a piece of that one and running the floor. Almost.
You do have to like the intent. It was almost there, I think. For Dale, tip the shot on the block there, and then almost getting the lay on the other end. There we go. See what Tūīhi can create here.
Mansfield, Anderson wide open. Asia Anderson buries the 3.
Massive. I feel like that really keeps them close in this ball game. Helps them feel that that score is still ticking over for both sides.
Screen there from McGoldrick. Whittle now downtown, away to the left. And just ushered out of bounds by Tūīhi. Got it back to 5 here, the Kāhu. That was a big basket by Asia Anderson. Another one here, and it's A one-possession game. Mansfield, lefty, leaves it short. McGoldrick now. Oh, a lane opens up.
Good seal by Whitaker there to free up McGoldrick.
MK Schroeder into the game too for the Kāhu. Mansfield back on ball. Tupaia taking it upon herself and gets the shooter's roll. Talia Tupaia.
I think this second half is going to need a lot more of that exact offensive. Tupaia getting downhill.
Big basket there from Mike Sell.
Yeah, good defense most of that shot clock, and then just at the end with that screen there. Mike Sell rises up over the top, one of the league's better shooters.
Yeah, 2 of 6 from three-point distance. So that one's away by Mansfield. And again, just a bit more breathing space here for the Pouākai. Another basket. And it's back out to double digits as moving screen on the Pouākai. Ledger Walker back in. And Schroeder's going to run from the point position. There she is, MK Schroeder. Oh, Bree Hall with the hand. Whitaker, Schroeder locked up, jump ball. And the arrow is pointing the way of the Pouākai. Good initial work there by Bree Hall getting the tip.
Good hustle, getting on the floor.
Interesting little juncture this. Pouākai up by 8. Kāhu hanging around, looking for their first win of the season. Jaeger. Ledger Walker staying on her. Hall, late in the clock here. Dale. Oh, what a pass. Charlotte Whitaker with the lay.
And that's it. Even though you know Dale's not having the best shooting season, they still have to close out on her hot. Creates long closeout. Puts the defense in rotation. She finds the dump off. Great offense there.
Back to a 10-point game. Ledger Walker looking. And Whitaker got a bit of the hand and run out. Foul called.
The backline of the Pouākai defense just seems to be a lot more switched on. I know Whitaker gets the foul there, but those kind of, we call them those backline wipers. When you have two on the ball by the screen, being able to find someone else to help on the back there. Did a really good job today.
Ledger Walker back with it. 7 on the shot clock. Down the baseline.
What a find.
Oh, perfect pass right now. Bobbles it, gets it back. Anderson almost with the offensive rebound.
That was one heck of a find.
Oh. Jaeger, it's the back of her own heel there. Dale, no hesitation. Oh. It's online and sits the front iron. Curtin. Outlet pass to right now. What a fatigue starting to set in here for both teams. Anderson puts her head down. Away to the right, Jaeger. Right
Offense
place,
maybe
right
being
time.
just getting tough for them to find right here. Do we see Tupaia maybe back in soon, or?
Good help there by Rynell, but there's a whistle and a foul from Hayley Rynell in the act of shooting. Free throws coming up here for Charlotte Whitaker. The lead was 6 at half-time. Pouākai got it out to 10 for now.
Yeah, just kind of hovering between that 5 to 10 range. Again, just kind of the makings for a good ball game, right? Never going to be just swapping leads. But Kāhu hanging around.
Misses both. Whitaker. Hasn't been a vintage shooting afternoon from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for the Pouākai. As Hall again, active hands. And this time goes the other way. And everything but McGoldrick there. The outstretched arms.
Great follow. Hall, though, she's just so impressive with her off-ball activity, what she kind of brings as a defender. Being able to get the tip, and I know she obviously would have loved to have that layup go, but she just provides so much energy on the defensive end when she's there, engaged for them.
And a timeout called late in the third by Coach Stojkovic. 64-52. Again, very determined to finish the quarter with momentum. And the Pouākai have created here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, 12-point lead, but coach has seen this probably go multiple ways before, so like we said, 40 seconds, couple possessions in this quarter. How do we want to finish and kind of take that momentum? Because momentum's a funny thing. If you can have that thing going into the fourth, it does give you a little bit of a boost going down the back stretch of the game. So what can they do to harness that?
The other end for the Kāhu. What's the message there, do you feel, Adam? Down a dozen.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with just keep fighting, girls. Hang around. Get this thing down to maybe 5 points for the last 5 minutes of the game. Yeah, just hang around. Anything can happen, kind of. And this is a team that has nothing to lose, really, as they alluded to in their pregame presser. What can they put forth? Ledger Walker coming back into the fold. Just building something here.
Marina Whittle with it. It's on 17, a little bit quieter in the third, leaves the lay short. 2-for-1 potential here for the Kāhu, but opt against. Anderson looking for options. A little bit of confusion here for the Kāhu. Defensive pressure by the Pouākai. Tupai is going to have to put it up from near half court. That was
giving a grenade there.
Yeah, substandard from the Kāhu. Is now Jaeger the other way and with the English. What a way to close out the third. And the Pouākai 14-point lead with 10 minutes to play. Rightio, Mr. Morgan, 66-52. Enjoying us on TikTok. Oh, we finally got that camera working. That gave me a bit of a fright. Hello. Hope you're all well. Well, you did pick the Kāhu.
I'm picking a big comeback in the fourth quarter now.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do in this next 10?
Yeah, I think just offense got a little bit tough for them, and then Pouākai just have a lot of options, don't they? That bench is deep. Fogg has been giving them some really good minutes, both from a scoring perspective, but then just being able to play out of handoffs and that kind of the grenade action, you can call it. It's an uphill dribble handoff to get some actions there. Just doing a really good job of letting that ball flow through everybody's hands. Dale seeing some shots going down. I know that's always a massive talking point for us, so a couple girls almost about to hit that double digits. Meanwhile, for the Kāhu, how do we get some sort of scoring? Yeah, those points are coming tough.
Fourth quarter coming up here at Cowles. Mainland Pouākai 10 minutes of basketball away from returning to 500 with a 4-4 record. Or can the Kāhu conjure some brilliance here in Christchurch? Down 14 to get their first win of season 2025. They've been in the fight, Adam. It's just drifting away. This first couple of minutes here in the fourth. I know basketball is a game of runs and it can go really late, but it feels like if they can just get it back to 8 by 7 minutes to go, then that shows me that they're back in this one. It could either go that way or potentially balloon out from here.
Just, yeah, hang around in those single digits. 2 quick fouls for someone. That can change something.
Mansfield, top of the key. Oh, back iron. Fogg. Contact on the rebound.
They're getting the looks. They're just not going. It's a tough one, right? Like, how do you kind of find some other options out of this? I thought that was a nice little wrinkle Coach Cameron drew up, maybe hitting the throwback off that action they like to run through the middle off the zipper, but
yeah, it's been a frustrating three-point shooting afternoon too for the Kāhu. 3 of 23 now, as that one's short by the Pouākai. As that one's hit the bottom of the backboard. Ledger Walker and now Dale. He's in one of her best games this season, 2025, McKenna Dale. And another foul here.
I believe we've got Anderson on the post up there. Anderson's someone who's really stepped up and plays, I think averages about 15 minutes a game, but she's sitting on about 21 today, stepping up kind of in that void and doing a really good job, especially considering she played some massive minutes in the Rapid League earlier.
Yeah, and on her 4th foul now, Asia Anderson has more bodies hit the floor. This time it's Whittle and Tūīhi locked up. And the foul's going to go on Talia Tūīhi. That's her 3rd.
Kind of one of those things when you know the other team's scout, you know what their inbounds play are, so you're trying to stand in their way and really not let them get through. It'd be a bit of a bully it, if you will, but yeah, sometimes you just get caught up on the fouls there.
Tūīhi checking out. Mary Morton-Jones in for the Kāhu. Mike Sell, oh, not too far away.
Such a quick release. That's another one. If Mike Sell gets going, that could blow this game wide open as well. We've seen her have some amazing shooting performances.
Mansfield gets the screen. Show there from Fogg.
Great show by Fogg getting out, not letting the guard turn the corner.
Dale thinking about it. Ops against. Jaeger splits the defense. Gets the contact. Haley right now said, "You better not call that on me." And the Bartercard officials.
Who did get that one?
They're just chatting away. Well, if it wasn't Haley right now, who was it? It was.
She said, "Okay." Mary.
Morton Jones, who was, by my estimation, nowhere near.
Apparently none of the Kāhu players were near. That is something the Kāhu players would need to kind of keep tabs on, I guess. We got a few on 4, a few on 3. Morton Jones, that's her 3rd. Tūīhi's got 3. And Anderson, as you mentioned before, is on 4.
Rattles that one in. Jaeger. Quiet scoring afternoon for her, Morgan Jaeger. Up to 9 points now. Let's have the 4 assists.
Yeah, doing a good job of being that floor general and trying to spray that ball around a bit.
Mansfield. Kāhu down by 16. Really needs to get going offensively as Mansfield, Anderson working in tandem. Back to Mansfield now with Rynell. Look at the help defense coming from everywhere for the Pouākai. Now the other way, Mike Sell. Off the glass and in.
Great take by Mike Sell, realizing she still pulls that gravity as a shooter, even if they haven't gone. Attacks the long closeout in trans. Rynell seeing if she can get something going.
And that is last touched by Rynell, and Jaeger's fizzed. Jaeger bomb. The Red Bull's gone in.
Seeing a bit of emotion out of them. They'll be feeling a lot better in this fourth quarter than they did the other night.
And what did I say? In and around that 7-minute mark, is it going to be, can they get it back to 8, or is it going to balloon out? All of a sudden, it's 18, timeout called.
Yeah, it's sitting on that 18 points. It's just a tough one. Kāhu maybe just don't quite have the legs. Missing those 2 imports. If they replace those players down the stretch, now you have 2 more players to kind of give you that push and help. But yeah, it's a tough one. This is probably a pretty big game that Kāhu needed to really pull things back. So
I did see via the socials that reinforcements are coming. It'd have to be as soon as next week, right? If you're about to be...
Yeah, if it's not this week, it's got to be next week, and then you need a few results to go your way. This will put Pouākai on 4 wins if they continue with this, which would put them 4 wins ahead.
And 5 games to go for the Kāhu.
So yeah, you're playing in some dicey odds there, but anything is possible. They're not mathematically eliminated, is what we are saying here.
For the Pouākai, though, if this trend continues here in the fourth and they do get the job done, they do just put the pressure back on the likes of the Hoiho. They will have the same amount of wins. Hoiho
and up 2 points in that point differential, so
yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Pouākai. I called them enigmatic in the pregame because they've had a win over the Hoiho where they registered, was it 121 points? They've had a loss to the Hoiho on Friday night where they conceded 100 points. So
I believe they're shooting, so they've made as many threes as they made last Friday. 8 of 36 was Friday. Today's 8 of, where am I looking again? Right here, 8 of 24. But yeah, you're right. Like, they're very enigmatic. But I think today's maybe feels so far. Again, we're knocking on wood here, but better win, just more all-rounded. We didn't shoot the lights out, but we were able to kind of grind it out, I guess, and find ourselves, particularly on the defensive side. Kāhu sitting on 52 points going into this fourth quarter.
that one last touch by McGoldrick. .727 to go in the fourth.
Very good defensive lineup out there for the Pouākai as well, which offense has been tough to be found for the Kāhu.
Tupaia gets the foul call. It's going to go on Hall. Shooting 2.
This will be her first time back to the line since the first quarter, so but good action, a little decoy into Rynell in the post. Don't actually go to her and you curl Talia off that top elbow screen there, so.
We did miss the 5th foul on Asia Anderson as well, as you alluded to before. Adam had played pretty significant minutes with the 2 import changes, or being without a full allotment of imports here, the Kāhu.
Yeah, it's a good shift from her. She'll be frustrated fouling out, but overall gave some really good minutes, just particularly in that kind of glue instance of rebounds, defending the post an awful lot.
Lovely touch from McGoldrick. Then deciding to haul the rebound in, just saw a Whittle cutting out of the corner of her eye. And tap and Marina Whittle, another 20-point game.
7th on the season, you read my mind there. maybe got that scoring average back up and his title back, if you will. But yeah, this is just a tough lineup for the Kāhu to score on, between Hall, McGoldrick, and Dale being those interchangeable wings, Fogg's length, and then Whittle, who just does it all, sort of.
Really locked in the crowd here, I must say, for a scoreline where Pouākai comfortably ahead. And being that sixth man or sixth lady, that's a nice finish there by Mansfield.
Seeing a lot of these younger fans are kind of leading the defensive chant, wanting their hometown team.
Yeah, this is just organic. I mean, the ground announcer to our right, he's doing a good job too. But
yeah, giving the PA the fourth quarter off, and they said, hey, we'll take it from here.
These kids are just frothing. Foul's going to go on Morton Jones.
And that'll be Morton Jones' fourth.
And that's into the bonus too for Kāhu. Pouākai will spend a bit of time in this fourth quarter potentially at the free throw stripe. Unfortunately, don't have our MVP mix and pick poll graphic working, but I'll throw the question to you, Adam Morgan. Who would be your MVP this afternoon?
Yeah, this afternoon, I think a familiar person, but I believe it will go to Whittle, like we said. She's kind of that barometer.
Oh, here we go. Yep, leading the way.
There we go. The crowd agrees. Two-man race there.
I'm going to throw some love out to McKenna Dale. That's a nice three ball there. Matupaya just does a lot of that unseen work. Rebounding, in particular, running the floor, tips, and a couple of makes from three.
Tough day at the office for Rhino.
Yeah. Well, she is the captain of this team, as you see there, McKenna Dale, having a chat with Coach Stojkovic, and she's just constantly making meaningful plays, which is why her team are up by 20.
I think it's one of those things, like, that's kind of why she's in that role, as that like team leader, captain, wants to do what's best for the team, right? Even if she's not filling up the scoreboard.
Travel call on Bree Hall.
And even though I'm sure she's not exactly pleased with that call, I think from Jaeger, just still finding those kickouts is kind of what this team needed. Just that trust, getting the ball through more hands in each possession. It's been a really good display of her kind of stepping up in that regard.
This is an important one too for the Pouākai, in the sense this is their fifth home game of 7 games played so far. Feels like we've been seeing a lot of each other over the last month, basically every weekend. It's Tūīhi, but a physicality there with McGoldrick. And now hits the deck. This is getting a little bit scrappy. Elbows flying. Let's just all take a breather. Coach Stojkovic clapping away. Tūīhi a little bit banged up. Actually not sure which way that has gone.
Still competing hard. Hopefully everybody comes away okay.
Foul's gone on the Kāhu. But yeah, Pouākai, a lot of home games. We'll spend a bit of time on the road from here. We're back on the 28th of November, but yeah, away to the Queens, away to the Whai, away to the Hoiho, before returning home to host the Kāhu on Friday the 28th of November. So as Dale draws the foul there. And
it's probably a really good chance for them as that team. You know, they've had their adversity of ups and downs, as we've alluded to, but you get to go on the road trips, hanging out together, and then obviously, hopefully for them, coming away with a few gritty, tough wins against some of those teams that are above them in the ladder. So the next 3 weeks is probably a real telltale sign of how the last 2 to 3 games of their season shapes up.
have to ask as well. We saw 1 play 2 yesterday. Adam Morgan, the Tokomanua Queens, getting the job done over the Tauranga Whai, 80-70. We've now seen every other team the Pouākai have welcomed into the gym so far in season 2025. Is there a clear number 1 to you? Is it still very open? Where are you at in terms of, is the table a fair reflection of these teams?
I'd say, if anything, despite my not so accurate prediction, I think it's the top four teams. Anyone could go. This Pouākai team, you get them on the wrong night and they're shooting the ball at a very high clip, then that's a tough one to beat. Dealing with Wallace and Davidson with the Queens and stuff, that's a tough pick and roll to combat. The Phi, despite the new coach leaving, all that, they are rolling. And the Hoiho, rough start. We saw what they did Friday night to this team that we said could also be there. So I think that's probably the beauty of this league, Nick, is I don't feel confident putting bets on any of them, and it could be anybody's night any day.
And then this team here in Sky Blue can play spoiler. They, they're not mathematically done, but they can cause some problems. At least stunt a bit of momentum and confidence for these teams who are likely to occupy the final 4 spots.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Playing spoiler is probably a really great way to put it. You go in, maybe even end of the season, you are mathematically eliminated, but you can't affect how the other ladder rankings go, and just be that thorn in somebody's side by giving them a unexpected home loss or something to shake up the rankings.
Goldrick in corner 3. Lovely handle here, Lauren Mansfield. Oh, 2 players cutting at the same time, got in each other's way. Curtin and Ledger Walker, and now Mike's out. Easy late.
That puts her into double digits. We now have 5 Pouākai players in the double digits, with Jaeger needing 1 more to make it 6.
Yeah, just held to 66 points on Friday night. Shot a collective 32% from the field. But they have responded here at home.
Just one of those nights, can't get the 3 ball to go. I think that 3 ball falls for this Kāhu team, and it's a much different game. But credit Pouākai, defense has been great.
Oh, lovely find, Curtin. And there's Hayley Ronell. And Coach Stojkovic didn't like what he saw there. Calls a timeout, despite this game being all done and dusted. I've loved the rim running, though, all afternoon of Hayley Ronell and the likes of McKenna Dale and Abigail Fogg at the other end. It's young basketball's out there. That's what it's all about. Just hustle.
She's at 17% on that MVP, even just from working hard, even if it's not her best game. But she's a very talented athlete that these fans are accustomed to having from last season, and yeah, we're glad to see her play again today. Pouākai obviously just probably contained her a bit more than Kāhu fans would have liked to see, at least.
Just a little over 2 minutes to go. Pride at stake here for the Kāhu. Young fans, and as there always is at Cowles, a bit of conversation around the Canterbury basketball community about our new facility opening up, new council facility, Para Kiore in central town next month, now that we're in November. Pretty exciting, long awaited.
New 9-court facility, be able to host big games such as the pros, tournaments. I believe they said the Special Olympics will be also being held there for the New Zealand, so that'll be a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic facility. Olympic-sized swimming pool, diving facilities, basketball, a lot of indoor sports there. And There's a wee question mark, whether Rams, Pouākai, will they be? They love it here at Cowles. Will they be over at Parakiota? Might get a bit of a split.
Yeah, I couldn't confirm for sure. You'll miss that Cowles atmosphere, though. That's one thing. There's some Rams playoff games I know where I'll leave the gym after and I still can't hear anything. There's just that ringing.
Reefed out there. Morton Jones, but another Kāhu teammate aware. There's McGoldrick. Just put a bit of extra GST on this one. The Pouākai leading by 21. It's very much that third quarter, really. It was a 6-point game at half-time. A 21 points third quarter for the Pouākai. And the Kāhu were held to just 13 points. Held to just 10 points here in that fourth. So just haven't been able to ignite as they did in the first half.
Yeah, the consistent hard shows, I think, from the Pouākai to just limit the ball screen action from the Kāhu today. I think that was a big turning point and something Coach Stojkovic has to be really pleased with when he goes back and watches the tape.
Nice finish there by Abby Curtin. So yeah, the Pouākai's next opponents will be Tokomanawa Queens, who we shouldn't forget. Oh, that's a lovely finish there by Dale. The Pouākai last time out against the Queens, that was just 9 days ago. Feels like a long time ago. 103-79, Pouākai beat the Queens. This is the Queens team who currently sit second in the league with an equal record to the five wins, 2 losses. So that'll be a tantalising matchup in the capital next week. Before that, to open round 7, the Hoiho and the Whai. Kāhu back on home floor at Event Finest Stadium this time next week, hosting the Hoiho, who do have that 2 games in 3 days, as the Pouākai have had this weekend. Morton Jones can't get that one to go. And we're almost all done here.
Yeah, the last few seconds.
Curtin wraps it up. Lydia Walker takes a look. And she'll put up one last attempt. It won't go. And the Pouākai bounce back after a Halloween horror show to beat the Kāhu 85-66. They return to 500, 4 wins, 4 losses. A win remains elusive for the Kāhu. They were in the fight in the first half. They just couldn't stay with the Pouākai in the second. Marina Whittle, as things stand, your Good Health MVP mix and pick poll winner, 37% of the vote. Another 20-point game for her, finishing up on 22 points on 7 of 14 shooting. 11 rebounds as well. Maybe the third double-double of the season for Marina Whittle. And key contributions from McKenna Dale, Abigail Fogg both had 12. Ezra McGoldrick with 11. Taylor Mikesell with 10 as well. 16 each from Tupaia and Rynell. Just not quite enough for the Kāhu. As we stand by for some post-game reaction, let's send it over to Adam. He's got McKenna Dale.
McKenna Dale. McKenna, great turnaround from Friday night. What kind of went into you guys' processes between those, I guess, last 48 hours to help you guys put together? I'd say you feel probably pretty good about the defensive performance.
Yeah, I mean, I think defense has been a constant battle for us. I think, you know, after a game like that, you just kind of have to move on and focus on the next game, and that's what we tried to do. We locked in yesterday. We knew their scout pretty well, so we just locked in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And now kind of going about your game, know you're not one of the nation's best shooters, even if those stats don't show it this year, but talk about your mindset of how you still affect the game in so many other ways, the assists, the rebounds, flying around, like what goes through your mind in that to make you that player?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the shots don't go in, but, you know, I just try to do what I can for the team, whatever that is. If that's defense, if that's rebounding, passing, I try to do whatever I can. Yeah, that being said, we did see a few more shots go tonight, so great job on that. Congrats on the win. Good job. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Nice way to finish the weekend, no doubt, for McKenna Dale and her Mainland Pouākai team. Now have 4 wins on the season. Still struggling for that consistency, but on their day, they can mix it with the best of them as we take a look. Some key stats courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse. And in the end, 5 of the Pouākai players in double-digit scoring. Led by Marina Whittle. As mentioned, ended up with a double-double. Adam joins me back in commentary, and I suppose as McKenna touched on there, you know, just a great way for them to respond. In a way, that draw worked perfectly, that they could play 2 days on and just flush what happened on Friday, move on, get a bit of confidence, get this back on the tracks, and they've done just that. They're back to 500 with a 4-4 record.
Yeah, I think that's, like you said, the nice part about that 2-game schedule on the weekend is they end the weekend on a high note now. Going into the week, they'll feel a lot better about preparing. But I think Coach Storkovich, Coach Williamson, they got to feel really good about what their defense did today. Limiting them to 66 points, kind of controlling a lot of those controllable factors, the rebounds and the loose balls and the turnovers and stuff, just a lot of the hustle, effort, and that poise and discipline. So good way for the Pouākai to end their Sunday here today.
Yeah, a lot of young fans waiting to connect with their heroes. And a lot of smiles on faces for those in Pouākai uniforms. That'll do us from Cowles Stadium. In fact, we'll just have a quick look at those upcoming fixtures that I mentioned before. Round 7 begins with the Hoi hosting the fight. Queen's Pouākai, that'll be a fascinating one given what happened here just a week ago. Big win for the Pouākai on that occasion. Queens with a big win yesterday over the fight. Kāhu rounding out round 7 against the Hoi at Event Finest Stadium. But thanks for your company here on Sky Sport. Pouākai, too good for the Kāhu today, 85-66.
outside ball falls and